Imagine a world where two nations, with a stroke of a pen, divided entire continents they barely knew existed. This isn't a fantasy, it's the real history behind much of the Americas, a legacy that shapes language, culture, and borders even today. How did a single line, drawn across an uncharted ocean, determine the destiny of millions? We're talking about the year 1493. A pivotal moment just after Christopher Columbus's first voyage. The scramble for new lands was intense, but it wasn't a free-for-all. Two Iberian powers, Spain and Portugal, sought to control the vast riches unfolding. But who gave them the authority to claim lands already inhabited by countless indigenous peoples? Columbus's return to Spain in March 1493 was met with euphoria. He brought back gold, exotic plants, and tales of new islands. Queen Isabella I of Castile and King Ferdinand II of Aragon saw immense opportunity, but also a potential conflict with their neighbor, Portugal, who had been pioneering Atlantic exploration for decades. Portugal, under Prince Henry the Navigator, had already established trade routes down the African coast, securing exclusive rights to these territories through previous papal bulls and the 1479 Treaty of Alcáçovas with Castile. This treaty had essentially divided the Atlantic, granting Portugal rights south of the Canary Islands. Columbus's discoveries blurred these lines considerably. Enter Pope Alexander VI, born Rodrigo Borgia, a Spaniard himself with strong ties to Ferdinand and Isabella. As the spiritual head of Christendom, the Pope held immense political influence, often acting as an arbiter in disputes between Catholic monarchs. Spain quickly appealed to him to legitimize their claims to Columbus's New World. On May 4, 1493, Pope Alexander VI issued the Papal Bull Inter Caetera. This decree declared that all lands discovered, or to be discovered, west and south of a line drawn 100 leagues, roughly 300 miles, west of the Azores and Cape Verde Islands, would belong to Spain. Everything to the east would remain Portuguese. The authority for such a sweeping declaration came from the medieval concept of Terra Nullius, nobody's land, and the Pope's perceived role as Vicar of Christ, with a divine mandate to spread Christianity. Any lands not under Christian rule were in this view subject to papal donation for the purpose of evangelization, a convenient justification for colonization. Portugal was furious. King John II of Portugal argued that the 100-league line was too close to their existing African claims and would effectively cut them off from any potential westward discoveries. The papal bull, while favoring Spain, ignited intense diplomatic tension, pushing the two nations to the brink of war. Rather than resort to arms, Spain and Portugal, both powerful maritime nations, wisely chose negotiation. For months, their diplomats met, debating the precise placement of this crucial line. The stakes were incredibly high: control over unimaginable wealth, resources, and future empires. On June 7, 1494, after intense bargaining, the Treaty of Tordesillas was signed. This landmark agreement superseded the Papal Bull, moving the line of demarcation 370 leagues, about 1,185 miles, west of the Cape Verde Islands. Everything east of this new line belonged to Portugal, and everything west belonged to Spain. This seemingly small adjustment had monumental consequences. Unbeknownst to the negotiators, moving the line 370 leagues west meant that a significant portion of South America's eastern bulge, the land that would become Brazil, now fell within the Portuguese sphere. This explains why Brazil, alone among its Spanish-speaking neighbors, is Portuguese-speaking today. Crucially, neither the Papal Bull nor the Treaty of Tordesillas considered the rights or existence of the millions of indigenous peoples inhabiting these lands. Their territories were simply carved up and claimed by European powers, setting a precedent for centuries of colonial expansion and exploitation without consent. The Tordesillas line became the fundamental blueprint for the division of the Americas and, to some extent, the globe. It shaped the initial waves of colonization, dictating where Spain focused its efforts, Mexico, Peru, the Caribbean, and where Portugal planted its flag, primarily Brazil and its lucrative African and Asian trade routes. While Spain and Portugal initially adhered to the treaty, other European powers, particularly France, England, and the Netherlands, openly disregarded it. King Francis I of France famously quipped, "I should like to see the clause in Adam's will which divides the earth between Spain and Portugal." They soon launched their own colonial ventures, challenging the Iberian monopoly. Despite its eventual erosion, the Tordesillas Treaty's legacy is undeniable. It laid the groundwork for the geopolitical landscape of South America, influencing borders, languages, and cultural identities that persist today. It's a testament to how a single diplomatic agreement, born from religious authority and imperial ambition, can echo through half a millennium. Today, historians view Inter Caetera and the Treaty of Tordesillas as defining moments in the age of exploration. They highlight the European-centric worldview that enabled such claims, the complex interplay of religion and politics, and the tragic disregard for indigenous sovereignty. These documents are stark reminders of the origins of global inequality. From a pope's decree to a diplomatic treaty, these 15th-century decisions set the stage for centuries of global power dynamics. They are a crucial piece of the puzzle in understanding why the world looks the way it does today. What other historical documents do you think had such a profound, lasting impact? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this journey through global history fascinating, please like this video, subscribe for more historical deep dives, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. Check out our other videos on the Age of Exploration right here.